Welcome back. This is Talk of the Nation. Now, over the last 2 years, the government has been developing over the Entebbe International Airport. Now, in some of the development is a new departure lounge and runways. To share with us some of the developments at Entebbe International Airport is the Director-General of the Civil Aviation Authority, Fred Bamwesigye. Welcome to Talk of the Nation.
Thank you. Thank you.
To begin with, I would like you to share with us some of the progress on the expansion of the Entebbe International Airport. What has been achieved so far?
Thank you, and thank you for asking me that question for the benefit of Ugandans. In the last 2 years, we have actually been able to complete a new cargo center, 100,000 metric tons of the cargo center. It's now occupied. Actually, we have already operationalized it, and we are actually having a very big and robust program of resurfacing the runways, the 2 runways, and that work also has been completed. We also added on the aprons and the taxiways on the main runway of 3.6 kilometers. We have also started on the main building. You know, we have almost completed the departure lounge and the arrival. They are together, and the work for completion of especially the arrival lounge is almost completed, and we expect that will be done away with around March next year, and that will lead us to expansion of the capacity of Entebbe International Airport from approximately handling 2 million passengers per year, 3.6 million. That is of course not our main target. Our main target actually is 6 million, but we are doing that incremental.
And when do you hope to complete this to achieve that target that you're talking about?
Yeah, we are talking of May 2023.
That is when the entire airport?
Not entire, because we have just started again on the expansion, another expansion work of 20,000 square meters, which is just starting.
Okay.
But I mean the departure and arrival lounge will be completed by May next year.
Okay, can you say that our airport will favorably compete with other, similar airports?
Yes.
When the completion works are done? Obviously,
that's what we are looking at. Even now we are competing, by the way, except that because of COVID now we started getting a little bit of delays in works, but we thought we would have completed by now. But once it is completed, then and we have our facilities with a capacity of 3.5 million passengers per year, and a cargo capacity of 100,000 metric tons, plus another one which we are planning to do in addition of 50,000 metric tons. Obviously, Entebbe International Airport will compete favorably. In some cases, actually, better, especially on the cargo side.
Yes. You hinted on something about the recovery from COVID-19. I'd like you to talk to us about how the Civil Aviation Authority is actually recovering from this.
Yes, in terms of passenger numbers, I suppose probably that's what you are saying, because when COVID struck, the airport was not receiving any commercial passengers. For about 7 months, we were open simply to facilitate repatriations and also emergencies. Right now, we are handling passengers, commercial passengers, and we are now at about 3,600 per day, both arriving passengers and departing passengers. Mark you, in 2019, before COVID, we were handling over 5,000 passengers per day. We are recovering, but not yet there. Yes.
Okay, so many Ugandans, especially those who travel abroad, have been concerned about the condition of the airport. How are we doing in terms of improving the facilities for passengers as well as cargo traffic?
Right now, that's what we have been talking about.
Yes.
We are trying to expand passenger areas like that departure lounge and also arrival. We've had, of course, to extend. If you go there, you'll see much more space inside the departure area to handle outbound passengers,
yes,
especially check-in counters, immigration, and also the duty-free area.
Yeah.
All those have been properly improved, but they are inside. You only have to see them when you go there.
Okay.
Yes.
And talk to us about the direct flight that we have, to China, that we have gotten as Uganda, straight away from Entebbe to China. How is that going to be of great use to us as the country?
Oh, there is a lot of excitement, by the way, about direct flight by Uganda Airlines China. Because as you know, this is the new area of trade. Most Ugandans actually go to China, especially Guangzhou, for their business, almost competing with Dubai, United Arab Emirates. China, actually, in terms of passengers, is number 3 next to United Arab Emirates, which takes the first position as a destination for most passengers. Kenya is number 2, and number 3 is definitely China. And Ugandans are really warming up to that direct flight, because right now they are using Ethiopian Airlines and the Emirates, okay, which of course are not direct, as you know. Yes.
Talk to us about the impact of the Uganda Airlines getting traffic rights to land in China.
Of course, most Ugandans now these days, they have very big links in terms of trade with China, especially, as I said, Guangzhou. And there are a lot of imports coming out of Guangzhou, but also we are trying to work out on a lot of cargo from Uganda, especially agricultural cargo, which as you know is very popular in some of these destinations because of its organic nature. And that is going to be really a game changer in terms of our relationship with China, and the rest of the East. In fact, there is even another. People are also going to Bangkok. You know that. So, as we move, as we progress, we are likely to get these destinations getting direct flights in these destinations.
Okay, so as we conclude, I would like you to briefly comment on the Kigali International Airport in Hoima. What is the current situation like there?
We are targeting, we and the Ministry of Works, targeting to complete that airport in February 2023. Much of the civil works are actually complete, but what we are doing now is to make it an airport. It's very critical to consider it to be an airport, because construction work alone does not make an airport. You have to get an air traffic control center, for instance, meteorological center, security and its equipment, and of course many other facilities that relate to an airport, especially in regard to both on the ground and in space. So but we are on target, and we think we should complete it by February 2023.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Fred Bamwesigye, who is the Director-General of the Civil Aviation Authority. We take a break and return with NTV Weekend Edition.